In the last 24 hours, I've made over $22,358 by practically doing nothing. I didn't chase meme coins, I didn't get lucky from some pumps, or use any secret techniques. All I did was buy 12 coins. And today, you'll learn how to get similar results for your own portfolio and hopefully make an F ton of money in cryptocurrency. Chapter 1, the 4-year cycle. I'll be honest, in the last cycle, I lost everything in a matter of months and weeks. I did everything right in terms of what I'm going to show you in today's video, bar understanding this 4-year cycle. And if you can understand this part, you can almost buy any coin and make it big. As you can see on screen, every 4 years, we get a cycle of a bull run and a bear cycle. In 2023, you can really see where this started. Now, phase 1 of the cycle, Bitcoin, meaning the flow of money moves here, causing Bitcoin to rise. And we're seeing that right now. Then phase overlap happens, meaning money flows to Ethereum. Phase 2 is when Ethereum starts to go, meaning it starts drastically outperforming BTC. Then the fun stuff. This is where we get rich, large caps. These are where life-changing gains are made and where you need to be if you want to take full advantage of this cycle, especially if you have a smaller bankroll. And then the mania, the dog shit, the craziness. Phase 4, alt season. Large caps are going full vertical, mid-low caps are pumping, and it seems every coin is going parabolic. And you feel the euphoria in the air. It's time to sell, boys. So it's really that simple. Easier said than done, and I completely messed this up in the last bull run because I did not understand the 4-year cycle and the peak of 2021. I was more interested in selling Bitcoin at 100K, Ethereum at 10K, HBAR at $1, and you get the rest. So it's really that simple. Comes and being in the money rotation. And I'm going to teach you all the strategies through the lessons and the pain I've had to go through in 2021 and how I've grew my portfolio, just to show you guys right now, is actually becoming a milestone. I am very close to the 1 million mark, the 7-figure mark. So I keep refreshing this. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but this is very exciting to me. In the last bull run, I got 950K. I'm back above that now before 2025, and I'm very, very excited. So now the hard part of this is making sure you're in the right coins when you decide to rotate. But based on my experience with some coins, we'll talk about later, this could be the difference if you're in the wrong coins and the right coins between a 20 to 50x plus, and I'll show you some of these examples, compared to maybe making a 2 to 3x or completely losing your initial capital. Chapter 2, how we spot the gems. Riding the right coins, like I said, is the difference between a 2 to 3x and a 50x plus. Because I can tell you right now, if you just buy Bitcoin and your goals are 10x, you're not going to achieve it this cycle. I like to hunt for low market cap gems at this stage in certain categories that I believe retail will understand, not some random coin that could do well, but retail won't be interested in. So I want to take a look at Render, right? Render is a hot AI coin that we all know, probably, and it's one of the highest market caps in the AI niche, but it's still only 4.5 billion. That's very interesting. So if we understand the money flow, we can understand how we maybe play Render for a 10x play. So I imagine there's going to be more money in 2025 than 2021, and there already is, right? We've seen that. So the last bull run, the total market cap peaked at 2.8 trillion. It's a lot of money, right? And currently we're already at 3.4 trillion, right? So if we estimate that a total market cap is going to be somewhat between 5 to 8 trillion, it could go higher, it could be somewhere in between that, we can catch these coins. So putting aside the high probability that it's going to pump due to more people in the game, we can start to look at what Render is. Now, I'm not telling you guys to buy Render. This is just going to be an example of how you find maybe a 10x goal that you're interested in. Now, the problem with Render is it's already done a 10x, it's already done 20x, it's already done a 30x, but I still believe Render has a 10x. Because we can look at Render, and I did a little bit of research for you on Reddit, and we found stuff like this. So Render, the Star Trek film, is actually being powered by Render and filmed on Render. And this has got 170,000 views without being public. This is huge. Notice the description that says Paramount. The Paramount partnership is very real, and I expect a lot of usage, a lot of big institutions and investors to come behind Render, and then you'll get the retail part. So concepts like this, it must be easy for retail to understand. E.g., if you can go to a bar and you can explain Render as this example to your mate at the bar, this is what you're looking for. So imagine you're at a bar, you tell your mate about Render. It's a hot AI coin, has a bunch of partnerships, and are now making films like Star Trek. Your mate is probably going to be, I love Star Trek as a kid. That's something I understand. Where do I buy? This is a big tick for me. This is how you make the money. Now, unfortunately, you're front running your mate, but maybe you tell him early enough where he can still make a bunch of money. I want to compare this to a coin called Cummies. Yes, this is a real coin. It was massive in 2021. A lot of money, but a lot of loss of money, etc. It did super well in the last run. Big sponsorships pushed this. And if you were to ask the same guy at the bar today about Cummies compared to Renders, in my opinion, I don't think we get the same euphoria as Render. So this is what they're trying to do. Again, I don't really know about Cummies, but imagine you're at the bar. CumRocket is the next best gem, the next Amazon digital cum, and that's pretty much what they're advertising. Your mate, if he's got an IQ of above 2, is going to say, what the fuck are you talking about? I am not going to buy Cummies. And again, use this as an example. If you can catch a low market cap, Render is still low market cap in my opinion at 4.5 billion, and it's easy to understand. You can tell it to your mate. That is where I would invest rather than going for a meme coin, that could do well. It did well in the last bull run, but if we look at the chart today, it's kind of dead. So if you can understand this and tell it to your mate, this is where you want to invest in if you're going for a 10x plus. Chapter 3, the funneling. If you had $500 to invest, you're going to have to chase Cummies or the next dog coin, and that's fine. They can play off big. But what happens if they don't? You have to start from square one again. I can show you so many charts, look at this, where it ends in disastrous play. And here's the thing. If you only had $500 to invest in these coins to begin with, chances are it took you everything to get that $500. Income is so important at today's prices, brother. You can play the $500 game, but you need to play it with the right coin because one bad move and you're out. So here's an unpopular opinion with small investors. But imagine if I could click my fingers and you had the $500 and I could give you 10K. You realize how much easier it would be to go for the six-figure portfolio because you have so much bank balance. It's only a 10X. With the $500, you need a lot more multipliers on your initial capital, and that's where most small investors get wrecked. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just how much have you got invested in? So I don't mean to crush people's dreams with the small bank balance rule, but if we can play the game a lot different, if we had bigger capital. And here's the thing, bro, we still have time to get in, right? You need to get cash. You simply just aren't working hard enough. And I hate saying this. If I could go back to my 20-year-old self, 19-year-old self, I would get pissed off at some YouTuber telling me, hey, $500 is not good enough. But that's the kind of push that I needed because I'll be honest, at today's prices, $500, it's not fucking good enough. So if you don't have a job, get one. If you have stuff to sell, sell it. If you have to work weekends, work them. If you need to pick a side gig, do it. Because if you don't, you're simply going to be left behind and have to gamble on these low market cap pre-sales or these little market cap coins. And we can play these once we've built up our initial bags first. And then it's fun. It really doesn't sting too much if you get these plays wrong. Because once you have built up your main bag with good income, and then we can funnel into the dark shit where it's kind of fun, right? So here is Bobby's. I've talked about this before. It's actually up a lot higher than this. I had a dump recently, but then it went up again. This is a coin. I'm not going to mention the coin because you guys are going to try and find it, but just regardless of this, he's already built up a main bag. What Bobby did in this coin was he put 1K on this and he rated it to 223K, plus also shaving $42,000 profits. So here's the thing. He leaves, if this coin goes to zero, with 42x, a 42K, right? And then he can take the same bet with 42 different $1,000 investments. And even if he loses 40 of them, he will still make money. That's the difference. If you just had the $500, if you lose your first meme coin bet, you have to start again. That's the problem. And you cannot lose this way if you do what Bobby did, for example. Chapter 4, understanding market caps. This was another reason I got wrecked in the last run with BTC price targets of 100K, Ethereum price targets of 10K, and so on with many of my other altcoins. You see, the total market cap did not make sense in 2021 for BTC to even come close to these numbers. E.g., there wasn't as much money in the game to push our coins up to those highs. Right now, the total market cap is $3.4 trillion. I know, it's a lot, right? If we expect somewhere between 5 to 8 trillion by peak 2025, higher than that if BTC decides to go crazy, we can position our investments into coins with chasing reasonable market caps for those specific coins, rather than price targets. E.g., I want to give you an example here with Solana and XRP, right? Two of the largest altcoins beside Ethereum, of course. The market cap Solana is 115 billion. XRP is doing super, super well at 100 billion when everybody said it was over. But here's what you need to understand. Depending on how far BTC can run, this is where we're going to get our market caps for these altcoins combined with Ethereum. So this is where we can guesstimate market caps for these coins to give them a price that we can expect to sell at. E.g. Solana. I think Solana can comfortably hit 350 billion. And this will be way less than Ethereum's market cap, even without Ethereum moving today. But obviously Ethereum will start to run. Probably be $1 trillion asset, right? So we can look at min targets for Solana at $750 up to 1,000, maybe a little bit higher, and then we can scale it from there. The XRP one is a difficult one though, right? Because for the die-hard XRP fans calling for the $50 to $100 cycle, it simply doesn't make sense. Because if we did the maths, what we just learned, to me that's physically impossible. $100 XRP would be a $10 trillion market cap. A $10 XRP would 500 billion market cap plus. It's not unreasonable, but just understand, that is a lot of money. And if you can understand this, you don't have to look at XRP price targets of $100. I've seen even $1,000, heck, $10,000. It's fucking crazy. It's not going to happen. Because what you can do at this point is you can look at other opportunities if XRP and Solana don't hit your goals for your initial bank balance. So, e.g. for Solana, if you're looking for a 3x just on base what we just learned, it could go higher than that, absolutely fine. But if you had 1K and you wanted 10K by the bull run, it's probably not going to happen on Solana. But what you can do is you can look at coins like Sui that are somewhat competitors to Solana, e.g. sub $10 billion market cap right now. If I'm going for the 5 to 10x, I'd rather take the bet with Sui because of the market cap. And I really do believe Sui can steal a lot of Solana's market. It doesn't have to be a Solana killer. That's not what I'm saying, although some people think that is. It doesn't have to do that. I'm just looking at market caps and then I can comfortably get the 5 to 10x in Sui. Heck, Sui was a lot better at 70 cents, but I still think it can do that. Again, we always be spread and we don't go 100% in Sui, but that's just what I look for if I'm looking at a 1K to a 10K. I'm not going to get it in Bitcoin. I'm not going to get it in Ethereum, XRP, Solana, probably not going to get it. So I have to come down further. And this is still a safe coin. A lot of utility here, a lot of use cases, a lot of investors, and I love this coin. Because market caps in crypto are like the size of a balloon. You can only blow it up so much before it pops. A small cap coin is like a tiny balloon. It can grow very quickly, just with little air, e.g. little money. But a large cap coin, it's already had a lot of money. It's already stretched so wide, and it needs a massive amount of air to get any bigger. If you understand market caps, this can help you set realistic price targets, because no matter how hard you blow, every balloon has its limit. So again, basic diagram, Solana 2K, the balloon's probably going to pop, e.g. it's not going to get there. XRP $100, probably going to pop. If you're looking at SUI to $10 to $15, most likely it's not going to pop. Chapter 5 is profits. Jeffrey loves shiny things, and nothing was shinier than crypto. One day he heard about Bitcoin and Ethereum and decided to buy some. Over time, his investments grew. It was as if Jeffrey had a golden balloon, and with each passing day, it got bigger and brighter. At first, Jeffrey was thrilled. Look at my balloon. It got so much bigger than when I got in it, he told his friends. But the balloon didn't stop growing. It kept stretching, bigger and bigger, Jeffrey thought. This is amazing. What if it keeps growing forever? He decided not to let go, holding the string tightly as the golden balloon floated higher in the sky. His friend Adonis, however, he also owned the golden balloon, but he stopped to think, these balloons are wonderful, but what happens if they pop? We're near the peak cycle. I'm going to sell mine and buy something real with the money. Maybe a house, maybe a car, maybe even quit my dead-end job. Jeffrey laughed. Why would you sell now? It's only going to get bigger. You're going to miss out. One day, Jeffrey noticed his balloon wasn't growing as fast. It's fine, he told himself. It'll start growing again. But then the balloon started shrinking, slowly at first and then faster. Jeffrey panicked. Wait, this isn't supposed to happen. Adonis, meanwhile, was enjoying life with the profits from his balloon. I sold at the right time. You can't wait forever. Balloons don't grow forever, Jeffrey. Before Jeffrey knew it, the golden balloon burst. All he had left was a string dangling in his hand. His balloon once was so big and shiny was now gone. Jeffrey looked around at his dusty desk and his smell of sweat from his co-workers in his 9-to-5 office job. I could have quit this if I wasn't so greedy, he told himself, but now I'm stuck here, wondering what could have been. The lesson: crypto is like a golden balloon. It can grow to amazing highs, but every balloon has its limit. If you don't take profits, you'll lose everything when it pops. When the balloon gets big enough, take some air out, but something real, save for the future, and enjoy the rewards of the journey that you put in. Holding on forever might leave you with nothing but regret. So I've mentioned this story a bunch of times. We called him the Asda Boy in 2020 and 2021. And really what happened was, we had a golden balloon here, right? So what he did was he invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and what he did was he went to work, he got a good income, which was great. He was working super, super hard. But what he did was he grew to his portfolio to about 500K, 550K, give or take. And he sold, and he quit his job just before the peak run really picked up. You know, with Bitcoin would go 64, 66K, whatever. Ethereum got to like 4.5K. And he just sold, and he said to himself, hey, I'm going to sell when Bitcoin hits 100K, Ethereum hits 10K, HBAR hits $2, XRP hits $5. And what happened was he rid these coins all the way fucking down. Now, I don't know if Asda Boy got another job or what he's really doing right now, but I know he didn't sell, just like us. So hopefully, Asda Boy would understand the lessons that I understand today. Maybe he had to get another job. Hopefully he did, to get more income, because the coin's worth pretty much nothing. Because what happened was, it was all great, fine and dandy in the peak run, but once the balloon popped and he didn't sell, he was left like this. Don't let this be you, brother. Chapter 6, life after a successful bull run. You hit your goals. Maybe that's 10K for some, 100K for others, or 500K for the big boys. Regardless, you achieved a successful bull run in terms of dollar value cashed out to what your goals were. The big problem you have now is, especially if you wanted to quit your job, how do you live with crypto till we do this again in the next run? And by the way, taxes, something I'm not going to mention, but this depends on your country. So just remember that. So here's what I'm personally doing. I took the screenshot the other day, but obviously, as you know, it's a little bit higher. $963,000. And my goal is, if I aim for a 2x on this, it'll be a roughly 2 million. I really want the 5 million, but I'm probably going to be a little bit of a pansy and sell before this, because most of my money is in Bitcoin and Ethereum, so I probably can't get a 5x on this coins. But I'm going to cash out to obviously some to my bank account, right? I obviously need to do that. Maybe buy some shit, maybe look at some investment properties, etc. But for me, being in cryptocurrency, I've always wanted to stay in the game, but I always ask myself, how can you stay in the game if you need to sell the coins? Because I don't want to hold these coins to zero, or hold them coins 50, 90% down, depending on the altcoins. So I love cash flow, especially in cryptocurrency. So what I'm doing is, out of that 2 million, maybe take 1/4 of that, 500K. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go in safe pools, e.g. what we teach, by the way, first link in the description, quick plug, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to be doing this against USDC and USDT. And that'll give me free money to print for the next bull run. And you can really never have to think and never have to worry about income again if you build up an initial bag in your portfolio and then you go and get 10 to 15 to 20% on pools that you comfortably control, not in a sketchy, little Celsius platform that we all got burned in the last bull run. Because here's one of my pools right now in cryptocurrency. What I did here, my total value is at 77K. I think I invested maybe 54K. And I've earned $22,000 in passive income over the last 5 months. My profit and loss is $31,000. And the problem is, this is not against stable coins, right? This is against 2 coins in cryptocurrency. So I don't want to do this in the bear market because most of these coins are going to, get wrecked. So I'm not going to be interested in getting income on coins that go down. But what I will do is, like I just said, USDC and USDT, stable coins, super safe pool I found on Uniswap. You can control your assets and I can get 12% on 500K. That is very, very good. It's better than your banks. It's not as annoying as real estate where I have to find tenants and manage the properties, etc. Even pay 10% to have it managed, but I've been there, done that. 12% is not bad. And this took me 2 seconds to find. So this is my whole strategy. I'm going to cash out to some of the bank, buy some cool shit, but maybe 500K, 600K. I'm going to have the spread in different Uniswap platforms, other platforms against the dollar, so I can make more dollars in the bear market. And for the next bull run, start buying coins again and do this all over again. Because what you can do is you can put a chunk of your profits in these pools on a cryptocurrency bull run. So we're doing this not on stable coins right now, we're doing this on assets, right? So again, I'll just show you. I like to be super transparent. I've got a Brett and Ethereum pool. I'll just show you one of the pools why I'm here right now. And what we're doing is, it's super, super simple, is you can get my liquidity. I'm earning about $300, $400 per day on this, which is very, very nice. And I don't know why it says bone. Let me just refresh that, 2 seconds. And yeah, this has been compounding super, super well. So what I'm doing is, I can check my MetaMask and just show you everything. I like to just show you as much as possible. $30,000 of free money. And my whole goal is to obviously sell these coins. Maybe that might be 30K, depending on how Brett can do. Ethereum might give me a 3 to 4X, you get the point. But I don't want to do this in a bear market. That's why you need to have a stable coin in the bear market. You do the coins, the cryptocurrency, Solana, Render, etc. Sui. In a bull market, you get more coins. And in the bear market, we go to stable coins with all the free money we've made. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't need to go into too much. Because the goal is, always be printing. E.g., again, quick plug, first link in the description. I'll give you a free call, show you how to do this. But the main lesson after the bull is always keep the money moving or you will die to inflation. That's all I got. Hopefully you enjoyed. Peace and take care.